Hello and welcome to tonight's matchup. We have Bashful Gaming facing off against Team Distortion here on Clubhouse. So, if I am not mistaken, Bashful Gaming coming off of a win last week and Team Distortion coming off of a loss. So they'll definitely be looking to turn things around with this upcoming matchup here. So in terms of bans, we have seen Thatcher and or a hard breacher getting taken off the board quite frequently when it comes to this map, as they can be so essential in terms of getting those walls opened up. So Maverick getting taken off the board here is definitely going to force these teams to rely on their Thatcher, Bana, and Thermite a bit more. We see Capital get banned next, largely due to his utility. Those fire bolts and smokes can be extremely useful, and without the Y discs involved, you're not going to be able to stop them. So not a very not an uncommon ban, but maybe a bit of a surprise compared to the typical bans. Maestro gets taken off the board here, as well as Mira, so you will often see an intel op get banned here in the opening stages, and Mira is pretty much never playable. So once again, not surprising whatsoever. Now Team Distortion will be on attack here, which, as we've spoke about before, this is a relatively defender-sided map, so Bashful Gaming's got to be feeling good about that as they get to start the half on the defensive side of things, and they're going to head down to Church Arsenal. Not following the steps of Guidance Gaming yesterday. We saw them open up with Gym Bedroom. Definitely interesting opening choice there, as they head for something maybe a bit more traditional on that bottom floor. We see Pulse actually switching off onto Vigil. That'll be interesting, as Pulse can be relatively effective for this site. Plenty of soft floors for him to play with, and that C4 in his pocket, he can be quite a dangerous pick, but nonetheless we see him switch off onto the Vigil. They will have a CAD in play. Imagine those claws will be either put to use on those drop downs and or dirt tunnel, as he's able to grab both of those walls with just one electric claw, making his utility extremely unique in terms of hard denial.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion.
So we only see one hard breach coming out from the attackers here. They're definitely going to have to be careful with getting him inside the building, and on top of that, they're going to have to be quite choosy when it comes to where they're going to be placing these thermites. And speak of the devil, he will be using one of those exothermics to open up dirt tunnel right away. Drones go out, and they will still have one exothermic to play with here. I imagine that they will allocate that towards one of the drop downs, as we see Thatcher peeking into kitchen right now. He will be making his way inside, but he is aware that they have some angles opened up here to take care of any players who look to open that hatch. So he will be playing these angles vertically for the time being, as I'm sure one of those EMPs will go out here shortly, take care of that electro claw. Oh, unfortunate. EMP hasn't even gone out. Henry finds the first kill on Dynamo. That's Thatcher off the board. Big opening pick for the Legion there. That's going to make things a lot harder for the attacking teams now. They'll be left with fewer options in terms of getting site opened up, but as we speak, Hydra's going to get taken off the board. It's going to be the opening pick for the attacking team here, and a big one. The smoke goes down. It's definitely going to make the attackers feel a lot more comfortable on the execute towards site. We'll have to be careful. There's a player just on the other side of Church Wall, and you're going to find one. There's another. No, I'm not sure they're aware of it, but they will find two. That's Maze with 2 big kills there on the double. Now they're going to go ahead and push on into site. Glang finds 2 of his own. They've got full control over site. Grinch is going to be the last one left. We're looking at a 4v1. He's stacked at the back end of tunnel, and this is going to be a mighty hard position for him to break free from, and he's not going to be able to. He will be locked in dirt tunnel, and he'll meet his demise. Now that would be a very strong attacking round there. So we saw Thatcher get taken off the board early. We thought that might spell a bit of disaster, but we see the exact opposite as Ash was able to push down towards blue, finding 2 big picks on the players within Church. Twitch progressing in towards Arsenal at the same time. Able to grab the pick on Lesion, leaving Grinch all alone, stranded in dirt tunnel. With the attackers having full control over site, that round was pretty much sealed. Now we head into Cash CC. Once again, a much more traditional pick in terms of rotations. We will now opt to head down to that basement floor once again, and I cannot help but agree with that decision, as that was a pretty decisive victory on that round, at least for Team Distortion. Okay, so we see Bandit on the board this time around. His ADSs will more than likely be put in place to help him keep the attackers off this wall for as long as possible. And with first floor control, he might be able to do so successfully. We also see them invest a little bit of utility over on construction side.
10 seconds to go.
You give up construction side a little too early on. That can allow the attackers a lot of angles to play with, and they're able to allocate their utility properly. See Grinch playing rather aggressive at the bottom of garage here. Bashful Gaming, definitely not a team that is afraid to play aggressive. Ooh, we actually see them putting a good, or just a little bit of damage on the Thermite. Nothing too substantial, but maybe putting a little bit of fear in the attackers here as those bullets come out from garage. We're actually going to see a few more come out from garage. Another player's taking a bit of damage. Once again, not too much, but definitely putting a little bit of fear on that garage area. They know there's a force to be reckoned with, but we will see them begin to drone in on the west side of the top floor here. Twitch just positioned outside on master balcony. Bandit, for the time being though, looking to successfully deny the Thermite, but he's not going to be able to. That's the wall opened up, and in a rather timely fashion. We've only gotten about a minute into this round. They have server wall opened up, though the attackers have taken a good bit of damage, and we're just going to add to that. But Breeze is able to tag back. Ling finds a kill on the Hydra. Ash is able to find one more on the Breeze. As this trading of kills continue to cascade, we'll see Echo move back up towards the top of garage. Now the attackers are looking at a 3v3. Make that a 3v2. Run out from garage is going to catch Thermite. That's diffuser down on balcony. Grinch with 2 kills. They're going to be aware of the diffuser's position, more than likely. Spot the Twitch within cash. They're going to run out of ammo, but they'll be able to finish that one up with the pistol kill. That'll be Henry finding the final kill onto Glang. Put that round in Bashful Gaming's pocket, making things 1-1 here. So, a relatively even matchup this far as we open things up with these teams trading a round back and forth. They're going to head back down to Church Arsenal now. We see a slightly different setup this time around. No Kayad coming out, so there will be no Electro Claws. We do see Jaeger switching off to Wamai. He can be quite useful, at least in, or he has more of a variety of how he can get those discs out. The longer he is up, the more he's able to place,
Attackers need to locate,
giving him the advantage of being able to place more discs in different positions, which can prove to be advantageous for the defense if he's able to stay alive long enough to get those discs down. That is, so a bit of a trade-off there in terms of utility. We'll see Grinch on Ella this time around, opting to switch off from the Vigil. We actually have Breeze on Mozzie as well. So a few operators picks. Definitely interesting to see how they'll play out here. Going to deny a bit of that drone economy with the Mozzie.
5 seconds remaining.
Hold off a bit of that intel coming in from the attacking team. Now things did look like they might go the way Bashful Gaming the first time we saw them on this side as they're able to find a big opening kill on the Thatcher. As we speak, we're going to see Grinch grab a very aggressive kill, and this is something you don't see often, folks, with the shotgun on Ella coming out of secret. Absolutely filthy play coming out from Grinch there. He will lie in wait at the bottom of garage looking for any more victims. But he will have to play this one very carefully. His IQ has a much better kit to deal with this. But as I speak, Grinch is going to grab another kill. That's 2 with the Ella shotgun. This round is already looking to favor Bashful Gaming in a big way. We see the attackers prepping themselves for a bit of hard destruction here. No hatch is opened up just yet. As I said, they have had these angles opened up, looking to deny that breach from coming out. See IQ making her way down that main stair, but Grinch finds a triple kill with the shotgun, but that will be it for him. Glang is able to shut this one down and nearly able to find the second pick on the Legion, maybe getting a bit too aggressive there. IQ knows she needs to make a big play here. She's sitting in a 1v3 situation, but that will be it as Mozzie drops hatch and finds the final kill. We will be coming back to you here in just a few moments, folks. We have a reho, so thank you for your patience, and we will be right back. Alrighty, now we thank you for your patience, folks, and we're gonna hop right back on into this. In case you missed it, that last round was on Church, Arsenal, and Bashful. Gaming on defense was able to pick up the win there, and that's gonna put them at 2-1 as we reach the halfway point of the beginning, or at least in the first part of this matchup. Now they're gonna head back up into Gym Bedroom, and I believe this is the first time we're seeing this site. So the castle will be coming in play here, as he is pretty much an essential pick, as he will be needed to wall off either gym window and or door to make it possible for Bandit to have any success on that hot tub wall. Speaking of which, we see Gridlock switching on to the Thermite. I don't think it's going to shock anybody too much there, as you don't really have any options of pushing this, pushing any sites on this map without a hard breach. So. And to speak on that further, the fact that we're only seeing one hard breach, still very interesting in my opinion, but nonetheless, they have found a bit of success with this. They do have one round on the board here. It seems as though we will load in eventually, folks. You just have to give us a bit of time. Well, we have seen some relatively varied operator selection coming out from both teams here, especially on the side of Bashful Gaming. It would be very flexible, especially switching off onto the Mozzie and the Ella last time around. That definitely proved to be in their advantage, as they were able to correct the mistakes their first time around, grabbing the victory on Church Arsenal.
Attackers need
Team Distortion grabbed a very swift victory on the first round down in that basement, so nice to see them adjusting properly. But what do they have in store for us on Gym Bedroom? This is definitely one of the harder sites for a defense to hold. There are a lot of angles for the attackers to play with already, but we have seen a lot of teams find success here, especially recently, as the strategy has become fully fleshed out. You will often see a pretty hefty investment in the catch server side of things as well. They have that angle opened up
5 seconds left
from cache, actually looking deep into master. You can see all the way towards gym window.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
Just allows the defenders a few different avenues to contest anybody making their way in through gym. We see Grinch getting mighty aggressive, but this time he will get punished by Glang, and that's going to give the attackers the starting advantage this time around. Grinch's aggression not going to pay off on this round, at least. We're going to see IQ get to work on the server side. This mute was positioned within cache,
Bomb located by attackers.
so more than likely they will quickly be met by the roam presence or lurk presence. We see them getting rid of this castle window. ADS is going to burn up one of those lifelines. That's got to hurt. We see Helio grabbing a kill there. He's actually going to be looking for another. He peeks out outside, and he's going to find it. That's 2 kills for Helio. Nearly able to find another. There's 2 players outside on this balcony. They're going to have to be careful. Helio's got a hot hand. We're looking at a 2v4 currently. Ash is down. Henry's going to run out, find a kill on the yellow. This is looking even more grim for the attackers, as we see Cloutless able to find 1 kill from hot tub balcony here, but that will be his position given away to the rest of the defenders here, as we see them quickly position themselves to handle that push. But wisely, he will rotate, maybe head on down to pick up Ash, get a helping hand on the board here. So that's exactly what we see him heading to do. Now the defense really just does need to play this one safe. There's only a minute left. We're looking at 2v3. Ash is going to be sitting at rather low health. So with that being said, this is more than likely going to be a defender round, but we do see them begin to make their way inside the building. They do have a minute left, a little bit of time to grab information, but they will have to be efficient, as that time will begin to whittle away quickly.
Stay clear of the blast!
Actually see Bandit All the way downstairs, not aware of the position of the attackers whatsoever. So in reality, we are looking at a bit of a 2v2 here. They're able to capitalize on this. This could prove big for the attacking team. They're going to go ahead and take care of that castle barricade that was put in late by Helio. This would be a wise decision. That's going to have them burn up a little utility, and that's going to be 3 kills on the round for Helio, but he will be shut down by Cloutless. Able to find 2 on the round for himself. C4 comes out, and it will find the kill. And that's going to be another round for Bashful Gaming. They are definitely starting to pick up some momentum here after we saw a very decisive victory coming out in the first round from Team Distortion. They have yet to be able to put another round on the board. But we are still very early on in this matchup. We will be heading into Cash CC. And as I said, Bashful Gaming's got to be feeling pretty good after winning that gym bedroom site. They're going to look to carry their momentum here. We do see 2 hard breachers getting brought out on the side of Team Distortion this time around. I would say it's probably a wise decision. That will help with any multi-pronged attacks and give the attackers a little bit more leeway in terms of hard destruction and where they would like to enter. Maybe even just opening up these angles into sites. And with them being on a cash construction push now, they're going to have plenty of opportunities to put that utility to work. So we will see if they're able to find any success. Bandit will be looking to halt that if at all possible. We did see some pretty aggressive defensive play coming out from Garage here last time around. French is going to be on the Jaeger, so I do expect that we could see that continue.
10 seconds to go.
To see them reinforcing that garage wall, it's going to be rather typical. Blocks off some of those angles that the attackers are able to open up onto that garage balcony. Makes for a much more comfortable position for that player in the top of garage balcony, and you definitely have to have one there, as we see Henry moving there now. You often find ACOGs upon that balcony, proving to be extremely useful in that situation. So they have Hydra playing within construction. I actually do like to see this. I see a lot of teams give away construction rather early on, but they will be droned out. So the attackers are going to be aware of their presence here. You twitch. Taking advantage of the soft angles that are opened up here. She can play some pretty deep angles looking into cash from the balcony. Ooh, smoke's gonna pop up and he's gonna pay the price. Kling finds a beautiful shot onto the smoke. That's gonna give them the player advantage in a 5v4. 2 minutes in, that's definitely the opening pick you need that allows them construction access. More than likely, they will begin to get Habana in there to work on that construction wall. Actually, with that wall being opened up, Glang's gonna find 2 more kills. That's a triple on the round for him. He will finally get shut down. We see Ash and Habana continue to pressure that cash stair. Nice route from Grinch. That's gonna be a double kill from him. Being impactful when his team most needs it. And we're gonna see him find another kill on the Thermite. That's 3 on the round for Grinch, and he looks to continue his rampage. Yellow's gonna drop, looking in towards cash window, or server window rather. To find any possible players out of position here on the defense. We're gonna find Namo making their way into side straight from cash stair, and that'll be Yellow finding the other kill through the angles from construction. Very well done from the attackers there. Especially nice job coming out from Glang. He got that opening pick on the smoke, which is going to allow his team construction control, and from there we saw him go on a rampage, grabbing 3 kills before he was being taken down. So we head to Church Arsenal now, and that being one of those decisive victories we talked about earlier. It seems that when Team Distortion is playing well, they are playing very well. But we have also seen some rather big performances coming out of individual plays on both of those victories, so they will have to build a bit more consistency upon the entire team if they look to continue building rounds as we move forward in our match. Nonetheless, they're looking very strong in that last round. Great job from the rest of the team to execute. So, Bashful Gaming once again bringing a pretty different lineup here. We're gonna have Jaeger and Wamai. We saw them last time opt to put Breeze on Mozzie, I do believe. We're gonna see Breeze mute this time around, which will do a relatively similar job. It's gonna deny some of that drone economy from the attackers. Makes that information all the harder to get a hold of. Once again, I do apologize for the long load time, folks. But I'm sure we will get the round going shortly. And as we speak of it, you just got to speak it into existence sometimes, folks. It's really what it's all about. Bashful Gaming has definitely been making use out of all the possible soft angles it can get. I see them opening up angles that a lot of teams will do, but you will also see a lot of teams opt to just reinforce these angles, as it's just one less avenue that the attackers have to play with. But Bashful Gaming feeling rather confident.
Attackers are moving out to
As we have
locate a
seen,
bomb.
they do have a rather aggressive playstyle, especially coming out from Grinch, typically a pretty standout player in the earlier moments of the round. Not so aggressive this time around, though, as he will not be looking to grab any early picks. You will have to be careful, though. The attackers are going to be aware of his position, and they're going to quickly get to work on trying to flush him out. Now, there is a lot of real estate here, so they would definitely like to do so sooner rather than later. And with that being said, we're going to see the attackers taking control over this first floor bar area pretty early on. So with any luck, they'll be able to get the hard breach inside. As we speak, that's going to be Namo following Thatcher, getting taken off the board once again. This Grinch continues to be useful in the earlier stages of this round. He loves to put his team up one. But with that being said, we do hear Thermite get to work on some of those drop downs, and he will be successful. And that's right after we switch off Grinch, he manages to find another kill, putting his team up 2 in a 5v3 situation here. We do see that they have Moto Hatch open. That'll be Glang finding a kill on the Grinch, who's now been able to shut him down, nearly getting picked off to that angle. As I said, that is not commonly opened up, and it will nearly cost the Twitch their life. But not just yet. They do sit at about 50 health. Sophia will also be sitting at rather low health, making it all the harder for them to make their way in for a site execute here. Breeze able to find one onto Glang, though eventually getting down from the Thermite. See Sophia swing in, trying to use that lifeline to her advantage, get rid of that shield, but unfortunately it will be their demise. Now we're looking at Thermite in a 1v3 situation. Now, more than likely, he will not be able to find a victory here, but with one player down, that's 2 down. He nearly was able to pull that one out, but unfortunately not able to spot that last player through the smoke. A valiant effort indeed from the Thermite there, trying to channel his inner Fragmite. But unfortunately, that will go the way of Bashful Gaming. Great effort nonetheless, but that's a 4-2 half in favor of Bashful Gaming, but on a defender-sided map. We will see what Team Distortion can do. We're going to have one more Rios, folks. We'll be back with you here shortly. Give us just a moment. We'll be right back with the action. All right, now we thank you for your patience, folks. We're going to get right back into the second half of this matchup here. We're looking at a 4-2 in favor of Bashful Gaming at the moment, but Team Distortion has just gotten to the defensive side of things. Now, things could quickly change up, as honestly, being in a 4-2 really is not the end of the world when it comes to attackers for this map. Some would argue that it's even a decent position to be in. So with that being said, we will see what they have in store for us, and they are going to opt for a gym bedroom pick right off the bat. This is something we saw Guidance Gaming have success with yesterday, and you're able to grab that victory. It'll definitely help with the amount of confidence you're able to build moving in towards the latter parts of this half. So, see a rather expected setup as we have dual hard breach on the side of the attackers here. They will have Thatcher in their pocket as well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
As I said, you will see most teams opt to bring two hard breachers with the help of either Maverick or Thatcher to get those walls opened. With Maverick being off the board, we're definitely going to be seeing more Thatcher. Now, with that being said, we have seen very little intel ops coming out in this matchup, which is interesting. Valk, Echo, Monty have all been on the board the entire time, but we've seen very little play.
5 seconds to go.
But we do see Mute coming out.
Attackers' objective is to
Help deny
locate a
some of that
bomb.
drone economy, as he is a common pick, especially for this site in general. We will see them open up a few of those angles, looking deep in the master bedroom as well. With that being said, will Bashful Gaming be able to continue their pace on attack? They played pretty well throughout the first half. And now we get to see what they have in store for us on attack. We see them quickly grab control over server. There is a player within construction and cash here, so they are definitely expecting the fight. We will see Mute look a bit unaware of what's happening. Okay, maybe just peeking his angle, making sure that it wasn't destruction wall. Drones do come out, though they will pinpoint his position. He does have Castle close by to help support. C4 coming out. This could be huge. It's going to find two. That's a big double kill from Cloutless, and this is how you start your defensive half. We're looking at a 4v3 here, but Bandit's going to get picked up. That's going to put us at a 5v3. Mute's definitely going to want to play this one safe, as they're looking great. They don't want to give the attackers any leeway here. But as we speak, Breeze is going to find the leeway that they need. Make it 2 kills for him. That's Yellow and Cloutless, felled by Breeze. Drones coming out. So they wisely look to grab a little bit more intel. So they've evened things out. They still have a hard breacher. Because all three of our ex-Kairos pellets here. But pushing from that construction side, there really isn't much to work with. They see Jaeger getting involved with the player on top of Logistics Hatch. They're going to rotate off for now. Wisely so. Smoke playing underneath there. Help you get met to a quick demise. But as we speak, Smoke's actually going to fall. It's going to be Grinch finding a kill. And that's going to put them in a 3v2. Things are looking better and better for the attacking team. Saw Cloutless with a huge double kill in the beginning. Ash getting a little over aggressive. She'll be punished. The Hydra's there for the refrag. Able to grab 2 big kills, as a matter of fact, in the final moments of that round. So, great opening moments there from the defense. They had that big play from Cloutless with the in cash, but unfortunately, that momentum quickly forwarded. The attackers began to grab pick by pick, especially Breeze opening up with 2 kills. Opened up a lot of avenues for them to play with for the latter parts of that round. Now we're going to be heading into cash. Much more, well, as I said, this is a site you'll find commonly. Teams will rotate towards cash and or church arsenal, typically. Though as we've seen over the past week, there's a lot of teams experimenting with gym bedroom. Now, whether that
Locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
is proving to be too successful or not, we will see. About 50-50 flip of the coin at this point. But you will see teams start to flesh out some of these strategies, and eventually over time you'll see these defenders grab more and more success. Alright, so we do see Echo on the board. So as I had spoke about, very little use of the intel ops. We finally see an intel op getting a bit of use here. Echo being an extremely strong piece of intel as well. Both of those yokais
Seconds left before insertion.
being accessible to all teammates for marking as well, and or just
Attackers
comms.
locate and defuse a bomb.
Extremely useful operator, especially if positioned properly for the latter moments of the round. We actually don't have an IQ on the side of attack, so this could be an extremely useful pick for the defenders here if he's able to hide those yokais properly. We have a Montaigne coming out from Bashful Gaming. They might look to bully their way through garage here. As they grab a bit of intel. On the players on top of garage balcony. We see Thermite getting in position, looking to hopefully open up that wall. So we see Glang finding a kill on the Henry though. That's going to be one vertically with the wall getting opened up. So that frag will come at a price. Cloutless is able to find one more on the Grinch. He's having a great start to the second half here. All right, now with that being said, we're going to find Montaigne bullying his way up those garage stairs we had spoke about earlier. Now with that wall being opened up and control over garage balcony, things are looking mighty good for the attackers, even though they are in a 3v4 situation.
Attackers have located a bomb.
They look to grab all the intel they need. They do have control over B's site here, nearly taking a bullet to the head. C4 comes out, and just like that, we're looking at a 4v1. The defenders were very quick to shut that one out. Things were looking mighty doable for the attackers, but the defenders playing all of the right angles with that C4 underneath. That's all she wrote for that round. We're looking at 5-3. So, Team Distortion continuing their fashion of winning their rounds rather decisively. There was only one round at this point that they've taken with an equal player count. With that being said though, they're definitely building up some steam, and they're going to head back into gym bedroom here. Seems as though they're feeling confident that they're able to correct the mistakes that they encountered last time. Definitely they almost had that round the last time. Big plays coming out from Hydra, from the Habana there to capitalize on Ash swinging on in through bathroom. So with any luck, they will look to fort those types of plays from the attackers here. So Cloutless with a pretty huge double kill coming out from a C4 last time we played in cash on this site. We will be playing that area once again. I'm sure the attackers will be a bit more weary about pushing him, or at least doing so through that server wall being opened up. You will often see people tuck a C4 on over to see what they can find, and that time he was able to find two big fish. That being said, we have Castle barricading off that doorway once again, just to close off a few of those angles for the player within cash. You see Jaeger making a late rotate over there. He's going to start to reinforce some of that wall as well. So nothing too out of the norm here. You see the castle barricade set up within gym door. Don't stop anybody from peeking on in. Henry's going to find another opening kill. Sophia proving to be a very useful op on the side of attack. Whether it's Breeze or Henry, it's going to be the opening kill for Sophia. So just about 2 minutes in, they grab cash control. They will be quick to flood that area with bodies. Definitely looks like they're opting for a construction take here. We see Grinch getting involved with the players in construction. They will wisely back off. Live to fight another day. We're looking at a 5v4 here, Cloutless. For the mute being off the board, that is a C4 that proved rather useful. That will not any longer be available for them. Castle playing a dangerous angle here. He is exposed to those players on the construction side of things, let alone the windows. But we will see him back off. He does get engaged there in a gunfight from the players on balcony. As we said, we see the attackers prepping themselves for a construction take here. Sledge is going to give them access into logistics. Put their minds at ease from those ankle height holes as well. Getting rather aggressive on the peaks here with bomb in hand. Luckily for him, he was still in reach of construction. Yellow with a nice kill there though. He will be sitting at rather low health for the last bits of this round. We see Breeze grabbing a kill. He's actually going to be inside a bathroom. Bandit is on his tail, but he will not look into showers. That's going to be Bandit going down. The planners are looking to get the bomb down, or diffuser down at this point. Breeze is able to find one more. Or finds the finish rather. Smokes are coming out. Habana is able to get the diffuser down, but not before falling. As she tries to make her way outside of window. Breeze with 3 kills on the round here. We're looking at a 1v2. Namo has a lot of work to do here. I'm not on their side, and the snake in the grass will prove to be a bit too toxic. The bite comes through, and that player falls. Nicely done from the attackers there. Breeze definitely being the spearhead of that round for his team as he made his way in towards bathroom, able to fall 2 players. Able to fall 2 players rather, and that pretty much just gave his team the access they needed into Master to get that plant down. So we head into Church Arsenal. Team Distortion not able to shake Bashful Gaming just yet. We are on potential match point as well. So they don't have any more rounds to play around with here. See Nook switch off onto the Thatcher. As expected, he's pretty much necessary for any push on this map.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I see Mozzie coming out. Mozzie and Echo coming out on the defensive side this time. We will have plenty of intel with any luck and at least starve the attackers a bit. When it comes to those drones, Kayad coming into play as well. You'll more than likely be throwing those electro claws on some hatches and or dirt tunnel. They will opt to reinforce all of Church Wall. As I said, we saw Bashful Gaming capitalizing on a few rather aggressive angles that you don't see defenses play all that often.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
But pretty traditional setup coming out from the defense here. They do have a pulse on hand as well. He can prove to be very useful, especially within that kitchen area, which we see him playing underneath currently. Bashful Gaming quick to get inside. That's going to be the blue drop down opened up already. Great use of utility in the first 30 seconds of this round. And they're going to look to put, their eyes on kitchen hatch now. We actually don't see any angles open up to stop. Or actually we do. Just though Namo is in position here, but he does have a C4 in hand, so no impact grenades on the bottom floor to stop the X-Kairos or Exothermics from getting that hatch open, but they do have a couple C4s waiting to punish the attackers for that advancement. I should see Pulse getting extremely aggressive. He's already used his C4, so he has the right to. That's Maze able to find a first pick on the Helio. That's going to be a Thermite getting taken off the board, and they're able to find one more, make that 3. That's 2 for Maze. Pulse is able to find 1 pick. We're looking at a 5v2 just like that. These aggressive plays being the right calls coming out from the defense, catching the attacking team off guard. And with that, the attackers are just going to funnel on down into some other expected angles. Let the defense plays this one properly. They have almost no way of losing it. We do see Pulse try to aggress onto the Habana, but it will cost him his life. A beautiful shot coming out from Hydra. Absolutely filthy. Lands a few more like that, and we could see this go the way of Bashful Gaming very quickly. But we still have player count on the side of Team Distortion, and with the Yokai drones in position, it's hard to see the attacking team coming out on top in this one, even with those miracle shots coming out from Hydra. Sledge is going to go ahead and get to work vertically, looking to catch any of these defenders off guard. Fortunately for them, after losing 2 players, I doubt the defense is looking to peek anything at the moment that they don't have to. Interesting, we see Hibana rotate all the way through dirt. That was opened up previously, and the round's going to pay off. That's a triple kill for Hydra. So, with that being said, both attackers rotating in through dirt. They're looking to take control over Arsenal. There's nobody in position, but with that being said, Mozzie's able to find an angle through the soft wall there. Hydra's looking to get the plant down. They're able to find 1 kill. That's a quad kill for Hydra. Yellow's looking to close this one out, and luckily for him, he will be able to delay the plant long enough to pull this one in favor of the defenders, and that's going to keep them in this matchup for at least another round. Great attempt coming out from Hydra there, landing an absolutely beautiful set of shots, able to find 4 kills, but not able to find the ace. Going to cost them the round, unfortunately, that they are still sitting on a potential match point. A few rounds to play with, but with that being said, Team Distortion gaining ground quickly. They do head towards Cash CC. See Grinch switch off onto the IQ. It's an extremely useful operator, especially for this site pick.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Especially useful in countering that echo. Those Yokai drones can prove to be extremely pesky if left to be dealt with later on in the round. So they will be reinforcing that cash wall as well. So we saw that one actually go in favor for the attackers when it was pulled out on the side of Bashful Gaming. Twitch was able to capitalize on some pretty big kills in construction and through that angle into cash, I believe. So probably a wise decision if we're basing it off the history of past rounds.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So even though that round was able to go the way of the defenders in a rather spectacular fashion, Bashful Gaming has been rather good about getting their utility to work pretty quickly on. We see Hydra hitting a dance outside of cash wall here. So he looks to be getting in a bit impatient, but we see Thermite grab an opening pick. Grinch is going to be felled by Glang. That's IQ off the board, and those Yokai is going to prove to be quite annoying later on in those rounds, or at least a lot harder to spot for the attacking team here. But we do sit at a 4-4. Both hard breachers positioned here on the server wall, looking to get this opened up. We see Maze finding a pick onto Henry. That's actually going to be all the way downstairs. Lang's able to find 1 more on the Breeze. That's going to be 2 kills for him on the round. We're looking at a 4v2. Just like that, Team Distortion really putting the odds in their favor. But the attackers do have garage control. With that being said, Glang's going to go ahead and grab both of the final kills, and he's going to make it a quad. Sometimes you just got to take matters into your own hands, and he's going to do so with that peak right there, and he's going to keep his team in this matchup a bit longer. So we are still sitting on potential match point, but if they're able to win one more round here, we will be heading into overtime. For those of you who are unaware of WBP League overtime system, once we reach 6-6, we head into overtime where it'll be at first to 8. Team Distortion looking mighty strong the past few rounds here, quickly gaining ground on that lead that seems so far away, closing that gap. So we'll see if they're able to continue that momentum. They head into gym bedroom once again. This definitely seems to be one of their more comfortable site picks. But I do believe we've actually
10 seconds left before insertion.
seen them lose this site twice, so interesting choice nonetheless, especially being on potential match point.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
But rotation is rotation, so they will have to make do. Now, with that being said, we'll more than likely see Bashful Gaming look to take from the server side, as they have done in rounds prior. Cloutless is going to find himself in a very similar position. We see the top of that wall opened up in case he'd like to toss one of those C4s on over, but more than likely we'll reserve that as the attackers will be expecting it. As we speak, the attackers find themselves in server already. Sophie is able to repeat some of the success that they've had earlier on in this round before not going. Not just yet. Flashes will though, as this wall looks to get opened up. Thermite going to go ahead and use that exothermic. Unfortunately, that C4 is going to stick to the ceiling and not going to be of any use. At least in this scenario. Drones coming out once again from the attackers as they get prepped for a construction take. Maze and Bandit playing a pretty deep roam here. Bandit possibly looking to get some use out of that C4 in the vertical play. Ooh, gonna get caught by the Claymore. That's something you don't see all too often. Getting aggressive with the run out, but it will cost him. Henry's able to find another kill, and that's gonna put the attackers in an extremely advantageous position. We're looking at a 5v3 with about a minute left here. They do have plenty of time to make this work. And the Jaeger will be droned out. A big flank will be snuffed out. And like that, Grinch finds another kill. Glang's able to fire back, putting it at a 4v2. He finds himself by that hot tub wall. Not to be careful as they've just opened up that window through Jim, but he's going to punish them for it. And he's going to grab another kill. That's 3 coming from Glang before he gets shut down from Hydra. Jaeger just on main stair, working for a site retake here. They are aware of his position. They're going to go ahead and try to get the fuser down. Player count is in their favor, and that will be game. Hydra, rather, able to find the final pick there for his team. We did see Team Distortion grabbing a good bit of momentum in the final moments of that match, but Gym Bedroom just not being the site for them to continue that onward with. So, great game nonetheless. Definitely leaning on the side of the defenders, but Bashful Gaming able to pull this one out on the side of attack. Regardless, Gym Bedroom being a very successful site for them. Definitely leaning in their favor as they found themselves pushing that site for potential match point in that situation. So, thank you for tuning in tonight, folks. I do believe that is the end of our matchups for now. Tune back in tomorrow. We have plenty of more action coming your way. You enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll try to enjoy mine.